Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Compelling Conversations podcast. Today, I'm joined by my friend Joe. Joe, thanks so much for being here, man.
For having me.
Yeah, this one has been in the oven for a really long time, huh?
Yeah,
But
it's
I'm
been
glad that yeah,
yeah, we try to plan it for like months. Either your schedule deadline or my schedule deadline. So I'm glad it worked out.
yeah. Are you still in Rhode Island right now?
Yeah. Um,
Wow.
I'm in this little coffee shop from my office on the road. I was gonna go inside, but they locked the doors on weekends. So
Yeah. Yeah, this is cool, man. You're like the first Rhode Island guest. That's interesting. That's really cool. But something I was thinking about earlier today was, dude, like during the pandemic, I was voluntarily very isolated. Like I had a very, very small circle of people that I was like keeping in touch with. And you happen to be one of them. Like that was like a really heavy gaming phase for me. And you were
mm,
also a gamer at that time. And
yeah,
it's like to look back at that time, it's fun in a way. It's like, oh yeah, that was a time in our lives once upon a time.
yeah. 2020 was definitely a weird year. Um, yeah, I was obviously gaming a lot. But at the same time, I started to learn how to code during the whole lockdown because I got let go from my job, my place, and I was just stuck at home, so I just learned how to code, and I stuck with it.
Yeah. That's really cool. Was it ever hard to stay motivated to do that?
Oh yeah, when I'm coding and I see the PlayStation next to me, it's kind of hard. But it's just really discipline at the end of the day. Just being able to um, just reminding yourself about where you want to be, like your goals, and just trying to stick with it, and have like a good work ethic around it. So discipline is a huge thing.
That's really cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Discipline. That's a heavy word.
Oh yeah.
Work ethic, like when you say work ethic, how do you develop one of those for yourself?
Just piece by piece, day by day. Um, yeah, it's good to look at the big picture, but I think it's more important to just take it step by step and being able to finish that first um, challenge and then second and third and just getting like a snowball effect. And that's worked for me, the best. Just being able to just take it step by step and
Yeah.
break it down. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been reflecting on that. There's almost something addictive about hard work when you're in the flow of it, the snowball of it.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I've noticed that there's those times where you do take a break, perhaps. It
Mhm.
it can, maybe stop you from continuing that snowball. You kind of become more accustomed to that break. Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah. But every day, when I'm working really hard and like my phone goes off for a second and I check, you know, since I'm on my phone, let me just check, Twitter. Let me check Instagram. So obviously, it's a double-edged sword. Um, just being able to just break out of it, and like I said, just reminding yourself where you want to be. So it takes a
Yeah.
lot of discipline, and being in the office really helps. I'm being able to just focus, be in a work environment, and see my friends work as well. So we kind of feed off each other. At home, it's a little bit more difficult, but I'm able to just put my phone away, far away, and just focus.
Mhm. Yeah, going back to that word discipline, if someone thinks discipline is impossible, how do they make it possible for themselves? What do you think?
Stop being a little baby. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, just do it. Like what's stopping you from doing it? Like, you have hands and feet, just do it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no like, equation or special, you know, rhythm. You just gotta do one action, and it's gonna follow up with the other action, follow and follow. Just like I said, just take it step by step. That's it. There's
Yeah.
nothing. There's no like. I wish I could say something that's super meaningful, but just get up and do it. That's for me. It works. So, yeah.
No, it's a good point. And that really I think is what it boils down to. Like I think anytime I've ever met anyone who did anything, kind of just boiled down to I just did it. Yeah. And I've been thinking about that with the gym as well. Like for the past couple months, I've been going very consistently. And I look at my calendar and like the days that I've marked down, and it's like, whoa, that was really 2 months.
Mhm.
Time just kind of happened. And it's like, but I was doing it consistently. And I know with you, you've been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Am I right?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
doing that since March.
What's that taught you?
Oh, a lot. Like, even though it's a martial art, it teaches me a lot of things. About going back to the word discipline. It's also like a reality check. You
A
know,
reality check. In
oh
what
yeah,
sense?
big time. Well, people, you know, you, you, you come in the mindset that when you do jujitsu, you're gonna, kill everyone and, trying to choke them out. But if you get choked out by a smaller dude than you, it really just, snap out of it. It makes you think like, wow, like this little dude just choked me out. And even though I'm bigger, it's really, it, it I guess it's definitely, like an ego. Um, what do you call it? Like
An ego death.
yeah, pretty much. And it's super great, because at the end of the day, it really comes down to just what jiu-jitsu is, technique and discipline.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's interesting, man.
yeah,
One of the things that I, from an outsider perspective, that I look at with that sort of thing is capability. It arms a person with capability, and when you possess capability, I think that just puts you on another level. Like
Mhm.
what you're capable of, it puts you on
Oh
another
yeah.
level.
Yeah, it's definitely confident boost. When you go to jiu-jitsu and learn and being able to choke someone out, it's a huge confidence boost. And at the same time, you're learning about self-defense. And so you walk around more confident, I guess. And if something does happen, you'd be confident that you'll just, you know, help, hold your ground pretty much. So,
Yeah, good point. Do you feel like a samurai?
nah, I'm just me. I'm just, um, nah, I just go in there, try my best, and choke people out, and that's it. But it's a good workout too. Man, I be sweating, bro. I be like, I look like I came out the shower and just sweat dripping down.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really. It feels good at the end, but like at the, you gotta take a shower or stay clean. Oh yeah.
yeah. No, that's cool, man. That's cool.
It's funny. Like you know how I mentioned the eagle thing.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, yeah, ego's bad, but at the same time, it kind of drives your actions. You know, like for me, uh, there's situations where I should be tapping out, but my ego, kind of tells me not to tap because I could bear the pain for a second and just switch my body to a different position or escape or defend. So, like, even though it's like a double-edged sword, about ego, you just gotta balance it. Because if you don't, you're gonna get, fucking, my bad. You're gonna get, slept on. You're gonna sleep if you don't tap. So, but yeah, uh, I think ego say it can be good or bad. So, but yeah, that's one thing.
It's an
But
excellent point, man. It's an excellent point. And you said that word balance. The balance part is like the most challenging, but yeah,
yeah,
it does provide an advantage in certain instances.
mhm,
What drives you, what keeps you going.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a really good point, to be honest with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
important reminder.
Like people see ego as a bad thing, but as long as you don't have to balance it, it's perfect. It's a perfect weapon or tool for you to use.
Yeah. And as we were saying about that double-edged sword, it's if you tip the balance, then it's a very dangerous weapon against yourself to literally
Mhm.
destroy you.
Yeah,
But yeah,
big
like you
time.
said, if you balance it out, it's a perfect tool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a good point you mentioned about the tools, man. Like there's so many things in today's day and age where people say, you know, it's a really good tool if you use it as a tool. So for
Mhm.
example, like social media is one of those things. Like it's a great tool to like connect or collaborate with people. But
Mhm.
if you tip the balance, you can get sucked into a rabbit hole type of a thing.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I remember this about video games too. It was before the pandemic actually. There was this girl that I used to work with. She was talking to me and she was saying she was also a gamer. And I was telling her something about like video game addiction, so to speak. And she's like, no, 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 you don't understand. Like video game addiction isn't really like an addiction, right? And then she gave me this example. She had her keys and she's spinning her keys around. And she's like, like these are just keys, right? Like I can use them to start a car. But and if I spin them around, that's just I'm doing it a little bit here and there. But if I'm like compulsively doing it, that's just like my choice. Like I can stop doing that. These
Mhm.
keys are not meant to be like it's not a problem if I'm spinning it around unless I think it's a problem. These are just a tool to start the car to take me to a place. So the example she was correlating it with video games was they're just games. It's like a pastime thing. It's not really a problem unless you think, okay, this is a problem, and I'm spending so much time in that. So I thought it
Mm.
was interesting. And actually, I think that is the word she used. She's like, it's not an addiction, it's a problem, if that's how you feel about it. Well, what are your thoughts?
That's pretty interesting way of thinking it. I mean, my big thing is as long as it doesn't distract you or puts you in a bad position, like messing up your sleep schedule. Because that was a big thing for me. When I game or I used to game like
Dude, I would wake up
back
at
in the
Fudger.
days,
I'd wake up at Fudger, right? And I'd get on the PS4. It's Joe's on.
bro. I'll be staying up. I start playing around 9, bro. I'll be playing until like 5. Some days, some nights, some mornings.
Oh my God. J Dog 4, right? Oh
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
uh, yeah. It was bad. And when I go to sleep, I'll wake up around 2 or 4 p.m. next day or the same day.
Yeah.
So it's really bad. I wouldn't call it addiction. Looking back, retrospect, but it was definitely a problem. You know, it was messing up my sleep schedule big time, and I really didn't have any like goals outside gaming. So yeah.
Wow, that's profound right there. I didn't have any goals outside gaming. What
Yeah.
was that point where you thought like, damn, maybe I should have some goals outside of gaming? Is there a
Uh,
moment of realization?
oh yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a Rika moment, but it was definitely the little pieces coming together. And the huge component for that was the whole lockdown, you know, of 2020, when I was just home all day. I was just gaming all day. So I don't know, like you get tired of being tired at some point,
Yeah, I love that
and
statement, man.
and um and thank God before we went into lockdown, I met a family friend of mine, and he kind of guided me uh, the whole coding thing, the whole coding experience, and where to get started and what to learn. Because the huge thing about coding, bro, there's so many languages and frameworks that you can learn, but as long as you learn like the main components for um, certain things you want to build, that's all that matters. So, if you want to learn about web development, then you got to learn JavaScript. If you want to learn about machine learning and data analysis, then you're gonna learn Python. Um, so just in the beginning, just knowing what you want to build, and just doing some research about it, and just learning the tools to make that dream come true. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
So
that's cool, man. And that was kind of the sort of things that got you thinking outside of just gaming,
yeah,
more goal oriented. That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to point out one story that you shared with me. That was a positive of you gaming, which was you made a friend in Australia and he was like, bro, like Joe, you need to get in shape, dude. Like or something like that. And because of it, you've become like this shredded dude. Dude, do you want to share that story?
Yeah. Not all bad things come from gaming. There's amazing things like building connections across halfway around the world. Um, yeah, I've been gaming with this dude named Lee, and yeah, since like 2017, I've been gaming with him, and literally just there was a point in time where he sprained his ankle playing basketball, so he had to stay home from work, and I wasn't doing anything. So every single night for like a good 2 months, you know, playing till like 5 or 6 in the morning, 10 plus hours easily, just playing games, having like the best time, laughing, joking around, uh, having serious talks. And so, yeah, it's a great thing, gaming, what it can do. But yeah, he's older than me. He's 34 or 33. And just one day, me, him, and the other friend of mine uh, who lives in New York, he's also 33. Um, they just mentioned about their body getting old and not being able to, work out as much, and seeing that their body's changing, gaining more weight. And just they told me straight up like, hey, you better start right now, or else you're gonna be, not the best shape. Um,
And I remember we had a meetup a couple of times during the pandemic, and you were kind of like
I was
tubby.
chunky,
You were
bro.
tubby, bro. You were
Bro, I
tubby.
was pushing like 205. I was
Yeah.
big. I was a
And
big
then when I
dude.
saw you last time, you're like shredded, you know? So it's like
Yeah,
a really cool transformation.
appreciate it. Yeah, I think the last time you saw me, I was weighing 180. Now I'm down to 175, 170, bouncing between. Um, but yeah, they told me to get in shape, and I was also other thing happened to me, and I started going to the gym uh, every single day, and started doing jujitsu, and so yeah, I lost a lot of weight now.
It's impressive.
Thank you, thank you.
There's another thing I've been curious to ask you about, which is um you send me memes of this one Shake, and he like he butchers people. You probably know more about that guy than I do. What is
I, mean,
it
I really
about him?
don't. I really don't. He's just a funny dude, man. He's
What
very
is the funniest one that you've seen?
the funniest one was this guy called into his show. He was like, "Oh, can I skip fasting? Can I skip Ramadan this year? I have exams coming up, and I just need food and water to come to go do my best on the test on the exams." And he was like, "Yeah, it's okay, brother. You can skip fasting this year, as long as you're okay with going to hell." Bro, I started dying. It's so funny, dude.
Oh my
Um,
God. Yeah.
yeah,
And
he's a funny dude. Yeah.
well, what's so interesting about that guy, Asim Al Hakim? One of my friends was showed me. He's like, dude, when he's wearing like the Muslim attire, he looks kind of like, fat. But when he's outside of that, when he's wearing like a t-shirt and pants, he's actually shredded and built. I don't know if
Oh,
you've
really?
seen this.
Nah,
Yeah, yeah.
I never
He
seen.
showed me a picture and I was like, oh my God, this guy's like a bodybuilder. Like he's actually shredded. It's insane.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. But
Yeah, no,
yeah,
but
he's a funny dude, man.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm curious what it is that draws you to the Muslim culture, because for as long as I've known you, you've been really fascinated by it.
Yeah. No, a lot of my friends are Muslims. I dated a Muslim lady back in the day. Um, I don't know, just I've been to a mosque before. I don't know. It's it gets like a huge influence, with my friends, of my past relationship. Um, just learning about Islam and what it means to be a Muslim, and all the different you know his beliefs. So super it's definitely a huge thing. It's super interesting. So yeah.
Yeah, it's cool because you're one of those friends I got that you just kind of know the lingo, like halal, haram, alhamdulillah, astaghfirullah, all that.
Yeah.
Like you know the lingo, you know the culture. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I practice something like I don't eat pork anymore, and that's a huge thing for Mexican culture.
Yeah.
Pork is a huge component in a lot of dishes, and not eating pork. Um, obviously, my family's like, well, are you turning Muslim? And I'm like, no, I just don't eat pork. It's nasty.
Not yet, eh?
It's a filthy animal. So I haven't ate pork for I don't know, 6 months, 8 months.
Wow.
I haven't thought about it.
That's impressive. And actually, I like how you mentioned that because I'm curious. Like you said, I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, I
It's
just
like, like quitting things and just not thinking about going back to them again. How do you think a
Yeah.
person develops that?
Um, I honestly don't know.
It's a good
Like,
thing to think about,
I'm
though, huh?
I'm the type of person where when I say my piece and everything I need to say, and I feel like I left on my terms, that's the biggest thing. What I
Oh
feel like
shoot,
I left
I left
on my
on my
terms,
turn. Oh my
I can
God,
just
that's
completely
deep.
just literally just cut them out of my life and move on. It's really that simple.
Oh my God, dude, that is so deep. I left on my terms. Dang. I think that might be a key right there. Like, how do you just quit a thing and never look back? I left on my terms.
Yeah,
That's deep, man. I appreciate you sharing that.
I mean, with food, it's, it's super easy. Just don't eat it. But with like people or like relationships, it's more difficult, obviously.
But it
Um,
works that way too. I
but it
left on
still
my
works.
terms. I think in
Yeah,
both of those cases, yeah, I left on my
yeah, it still
terms.
works.
Yeah, damn. I love that. Really, I do love that. That's great.
It is what it is.
Dude, Joe, you're low key a poet, man, and I'm curious, what where does that inspiration come from for you for poetry?
I honestly don't know. I mean, just life experience, you know. Uh, it's funny how you mentioned that because I wrote something down yesterday, last night. Um, I was like, I was at Dave and Buster's, and I was just watching the TV, and there was like a commercial, and it said something, and somehow that connected with something else that I remember, and kind of like blew them together in a way. It was weird. It was like when I heard it, I literally just connected it with this other thought or idea I had, and it makes sense. Everything makes sense now. Uh, with these things, and it's funny how like just everyday thing can be like a huge, or it could be like a experience, and you
Yeah.
can learn from little things. Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
I'll be
that's
writing stuff. Yeah.
if you don't mind me asking, when you saw that commercial or whatever and it reminded you of things,
Mhm.
I guess like actually I'm not even sure what to ask, to be honest with you. Yeah, but I know what you mean. I've experienced things like that as well. You see a thing and it might not seem, you know, it might not be like spectacular. It might be something really simple, but it
Yeah,
inspires you profoundly.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I've always loved that phenomenon.
Yeah, it's funny how things happen, come together some way or other. It's funny.
Yeah, it is. I also think it's interesting how we're doing this right now because like I'm thinking about it, like, damn, I've known you for a minute. Yeah, we used to work at a place together, and it was just like, and we just and it happened to like keep up like since then. It's kind of wild. It's kind
Yeah,
of wild.
it's crazy
It's been a
having
minute.
an old worker still talking to them.
Yeah, it's wow. A lot of like, yeah, a lot of times passed. A lot of different story arcs, eh? Yeah, I think that's another cool thing about like friendships. It's like, if you know a person for a while, you can go through so many different story arcs, but still have like a connection. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm still like kind of connected to that person, but I had my own little journey or whatever.
Mm. It's funny how in high school, you have a ton of friends. You see them, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And just one day you just don't talk to them ever again. It's funny how that works out too. And
Yeah, I
just being
remember.
able to, still have those, one or two friends I can still talk to after high school. I was just talking to them. stay in touch, of course.
Yeah, it's another really good point. And it's funny you mentioned that because I just remembered we also went to the same high school, but like we never knew each other.
No.
That's so funny, man. But Joe, I was gonna say this has been a really cool talk, you know. I had a lot of fun. I'm
Yeah.
curious, you have any closing thoughts? Anything you felt like you wanted to
Well,
say but
that's it.
chance
Oh,
to?
damn, that was quick.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It felt quick,
closing
right? It was
thoughts.
like, yeah,
I'm just talking to.
yeah. Anything on your
Closing
mind you wanted
thoughts.
to express? Yeah.
I mean, nothing really. I mean, I could read you this thing I wrote down last night.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The
I didn't
commercial
want to
that
intrude, so I didn't
inspired me.
ask, but I'm curious. Yeah.
This damn commercial that inspired me to write this. And so the last thing I wrote was on Friday, October 6th, 2023. It says, can two complete opposite things be true? I believe so, but with the understanding of keeping things completely balanced. It's not binary. Life is more complex than this.
We got that one.
Okay.
Nice, nice. No, thanks for sharing that, Joe. That's really cool. Yeah. But dude, yeah, it's been real fun having you. Do you have any other closing thoughts? Anything else you wanted to express on your mind that you felt like you didn't get a chance to?
Self-discipline is the thing. Still do it. That's it.
Yeah. Well, hey Joe, it's been real fun, man. Thanks for being here.
All right, bro.
I suppose until next time, eh? Inshallah.
He's still alive.
You take
All
care,
right,
my
brother.
friend.
Bye.